See this jet engine? Not that you could miss it. This is something real, something that's not a CDO, not a credit default swap, not a structured investment vehicle. It's something that companies buy and use. And you know what? They're still buying them and using them. Which brings me to the maker of this engine, Honeywell, and a conclusion you may not believe. Not every company's tainted. There are still some stocks we like. The stocks of companies that were ready for the downturn and also happen to have accidentally high, notoriously big, juicy yields because the market's taken them down, punished them too severely. Honeywell, HON, is a diversified industrial company that fits the profile, 4.2% yield, and a business, and more important, a management team that I think can weather the downturn much better than others. Plus, 50% of Honeywell's portfolio of products relate to energy efficiency. So it's a company that's in keeping with the priorities of the Obama administration, especially given that we believe energy's done going down and governments worldwide, now led by Obama, like it or not, won't tolerate global warming anymore. Just yesterday, Honeywell CEO Dave Cote affirmed his company's 2009 earnings forecast despite all the gloom, despite recognizing that 2009 will be a tough year. He's a realist. Cote said exactly what we want to hear from an industrial in this environment. Quote, "We started planning for this stuff a while ago. This is not something we started in January." I say that's music to my ears. And I believe, unfortunately, he's heard music to his ears because we live next door to each other and my kids can really crank up Beyonce, Katy Perry, and Kanye West. Dave, lend me some sugar. I am your neighbor. Honeywell matched the street's consensus earnings estimate of 97 cents when it reported its most recent quarter at the end of January, though the company's operating profit came in about 6% higher than the street was expecting. Do you have any industrials that did that? Did yours really? The company maintained its guidance for 2009, $300.20 to $3.55 a share, so you know where the stock price is cheap. The numbers were just affirmed again yesterday. Now that the first quarter is expected to be a little weaker than it's been historically, so the company's clearly expecting some kind of strength in the second half of 2009 to make up for the tough environment. Now, we want to know how that's going to happen. Honeywell's transportation, specialty materials divisions, they're driving its weakness, unfortunately, but its aerospace and automation controls divisions have held up and continued to turn in respectable profits. The engine business is flying. Honeywell looks like a survivor to me. I just want to know if it's a thriver. It's been cutting back for a long time. The company's been restructuring for years. It's ongoing. After the last 3 years, Honeywell's incurred $717 million in restructuring charges, but with a lot of the restructuring behind it, Honeywell's now much better positioned than companies that have to take more dramatic actions now. It thought ahead. The savings from the restructuring should come into about $500 million in 2009 alone. The dividend is like Marathon Man, as Honeywell's 2009 earnings should be able to cover it 3 times over. It's safe. Company looks like it's prepared as it can be for the recession. But is that enough? Let's hear from Honeywell CEO Dave Cote before we decide. Mr. Cote, welcome to Mad Money.
Thanks, Jim.
Good to see you, sir. Good to see you. Now, one of the reasons we wanted you here, aside from the fact we're honored because we've always wanted you to come on the show, is that when people think of Honeywell, they think of these thermostats. Right. This is not your father's Honeywell. Right. Like, for instance, what the heck am I wearing?
That's a bulletproof vest, the type that are used in Iraq and Afghanistan today. And they're absolutely superb. Just to give you an example, this is where an AK-47 round entered, and this is where it didn't come out. It saved a soldier's life.
Unbelievable.
This saves people's lives.
Is this something from your plastics division?
Yeah, this is made from a material called Spectra, the inside plating. Spectra is 10 times stronger than steel and floats in water.
Incredible.
It's impressive stuff.
Okay. How about this machine we're just seeing right now? What's that about?
This is a turbocharger.
Okay.
Turbochargers used extensively in Europe today. You're going to see them used even more in the U.S. and around the world because it allows a engine a third smaller to produce the same power as a full-size engine.
Energy efficient.
And using 25% less gas.
Got it. Now, I'm going to step over here. You stay there. We've got another feature of the new Honeywell. What is this monster?
I love this. This is a remote